Live from Boston, Massachusetts, please join me in welcoming the Boston Theatre Critics Association's 38th Annual Virtual Elliot Norton Awards.
Good evening, I'm Joyce Kilhawick, and welcome to our virtual stage. All of us here, the Boston Theatre Critics Association, perhaps out of our pajamas for the first time in several weeks, want to let you know that nothing, not even a global pandemic, could have prevented us from celebrating this outstanding theater community, especially now when the future of everything is up in the air. And what we do is so dependent on the communal experience. I actually find myself very inspired by the opportunity for reinventing everything and even expanding our reach. And I can't wait to see what this incredibly creative community comes up with. There are many ways to come together. And so tonight, from our home to yours, we celebrate the 38th Annual Elliot Norton Awards Virtual Edition. This year, we are honoring more nominees than ever before in each category, and there are 31 awards for outstanding work in a season that went from April 1st, 2019, right through, as far as it could, March 2020. We begin with a performance by the first of our outstanding musical production nominees, Moonbox Productions' Caroline or Change.
Salty teardrops, I've been spilling salty teardrops in the ocean. Whoa, salty teardrops, I've been crying salty teardrops underwater. I'm looking for answers, love, in the clouds, asking you, tell me now, how long this been going on? How long this been going on? Nothing happens. Nothing happens. 'Cause there is no underground in Louisiana. There is no underground. There is only one time. There is only
I'm Terry Byrne, and I'm here to announce the Elliot Norton Award for Outstanding Choreography. And the nominees are Yawanda Odutoyimbo and Ruka White, Choir Boy, Speakeasy Stage Company; Kira Troilo, Parade, Moonbox Productions; and Elise Robbins, Swan Lake in Blue, Greater Boston Stage Company. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Elise Robbins, Swan Lake and Blue, Greater Boston Stage Company.
Hi, I'm Nancy Grossman. I'm here to present the award for Outstanding Musical Direction. The nominees are Catherine Stornetta, Parade, Moonbox Productions; David Freeman Coleman, Choir Boy, Speakeasy Stage Company; Dan Rodriguez, Caroline or Change, Moonbox Productions; Milton Granger, Sunset Boulevard, North Shore Music Theater; or Matthias, Moby Dick, American Repertory Theater. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Catherine Stornetta, Parade, Moonbox Productions.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Ed Siegel. Boston area theater organizations supported several vital plays and musicals this past season. We salute 4 ravishing productions and the companies who brought them here. The outstanding visiting production non-musical goes to the Huntington Theater Company's remounting of Indecent, the haunting collaboration between playwright Paula Vogel and director Rebecca Teichman. The outstanding visiting production musical is awarded to the Ambassador Theater Group's pre-Broadway premiere of American Utopia, in which David Byrne presented a musical antidote choreographed by Annie B. Parson for getting through these challenging times even before a pandemic. The outstanding musical performance goes to Ben Levi Ross for his soulful interpretation of the angst-ridden title character in Dear Evan Hansen, brought to the Boston Opera House by Broadway in Boston. The outstanding musical ensemble goes to the high-voltage performers of Six, the Six Wives and the terrific singers who played them, reaching back across the centuries to assert themselves against Henry VIII. Brought to Cambridge by the American Repertory Theater. Salute.
Hi, I'm Christopher Ellers, and the nominees for Outstanding Direction at a Small or Fringe Theater are Jason Modica for Parade, Moonbox Productions; Danielle Fautour-Jacques, The Strange Undoing of Prudencia Hart, Apollinaire Theater Company; Igor Goliak, The Stone, Arlequin Players Theater; Igor Goliak, The Seagull, Arlequin Players Theater; and Guy Ben Aharon for The Return, Israeli Stage. The Elliot Norton Award goes to Igor Goliak, The Stone.
I'm Jared Bowen. The nominees for Outstanding Director Midsize are Lee McKeska Gardner, Cloud 9, The Nora at Central Square Theater; Benny Sato Ambush, Black Odyssey Boston, Underground Railway at Central Square Theater, and the Front Porch Arts Collective; David R. Gammons, Vanity Fair, Underground Railway at Central Square Theater; Marty Lyons, Cambodian Rock Band, Merrimack Repertory Theater; and Eric Tucker, The Crucible, The Nora at Central Square Theater in association with Bedlam. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Lee McKeska Gardner, Cloud 9, The Nora at Central Square Theater.
Hello, I'm Iris Fanger. The nominees for Outstanding Direction Large Theater are Rachel Chafkin, Moby Dick, American Repertory Theater; Billy Porter, The Purists, Huntington Theater Company; Kimberly Senior, Sweat at the Huntington Theater Company; Lee Sunday Evans, Detroit Red at Arts Emerson; and Kevin P. Hill, Sunset Boulevard, North Shore Music Theater. The Elliot Norton Award for Outstanding Direction Large Theater goes to Rachel Chafkin for Moby Dick at American Repertory Theater. And now a scene from one of the nominees for the Elliot Norton Award for Outstanding Musical Production, Moby Dick at American Repertory Theater.
When it's all I can do just to stop myself from knocking people's hats off in the street, that's when I account it high time to get to see just as soon as I can. This is my substitute for the pistol and the 1,000 mermaids sing. Every landsman needs water, trapped in plaster, tied to counters, nailed to benches, chained to desks. Every Sunday they head to the shore and gaze upon the waters, silent sentinels, ocean reveries. Meditation and water are wedded forever, and this is the key to it all. Oh, the sea and sky.
Hi, I'm Bob Nesky. I'm here to present Outstanding Design Large Theater. Nominees are Moby Dick American Repertory Theater, scenic design by Mimi Leon, costume design by Brenda Abandandolo, lighting design by Bradley King, sound design by Hidenori Nakajo, puppet design by Eric F. Avery, wig, hair, and makeup design by Rachel Padula Schufelt. Sunset Boulevard Ocean Music Theater, scenic design by Kyle Dixon, costume design by Anthony Powell and Kelly Baker, lighting design by Jose Santiago, wig and hair design by Rachel Padula Schufelt. Detroit Red Alex Emerson, scenic and costume design by Adam Rigg, lighting design by Alan C. Edwards, sound design by Justin Ellington, projection design by Ari Herzig. Sweat, Huntington Theater Company, scenic design by Cameron Anderson, costume design by Yu Hung Georgia Lee, lighting design by D.M. Wood, sound design by Porcianak Kanchana Abanka. Kyoto Nouveau, Huntington Theater Company, scenic design by Takeshi Okada, costume design by Rachel and Haley, lighting design by Brian J. Leonthal, sound design by David Al Molina. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Moby Dick American Repertory Theater.
I'm Don O'Coin, here to present the award in the category of Outstanding Design Mid-Sized Theater. The nominees are Vanity Fair, Underground Railway at Central Square Theater. Scenic design by David R. Gammons. Costume design by Leslie Held. Lighting design by Jeff Adelberg. Sound design by David Wilson. Properties coordinated by Kiara McAmon. Black Odyssey Boston, Underground Railway at Central Square Theater, and the Front Porch Arts Collective. Scenic design by John Savage. Costume design by Nadine Grant. Lighting design by Asia M. Jackson. Sound design by Dewey DeLay. Property design by Elizabeth Rocha. Cloud 9, The Nora at Central Square Theater. Scenic design by Allison Olivia Choate. Costume design by Elizabeth Rocha. Lighting design by Whitney Brady Guzman. Sound design by David Bryan Jackson. Property design by Steph Tivan. Passover, Speakeasy Stage Company and the Front Porch Arts Collective. Scenic design by Baron E. Pugh. Costume design by Chelsea Curl. Lighting design by Kathy A. Perkins. Sound design by Anna Drummond. And The Cake, Lyric Stage Company of Boston. Scenic design by Matt Whiten. Costume design by Charles Schoonmaker. Lighting design by Asia M. Jackson. Sound design by Arshawn Galis. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Vanity Fair, Underground Railway at Central Square Theater.
The nominees for the Elliot Norton Award for Outstanding Design, Small or Fringe Theater are Parade by Moonbox Productions, Scenic Design by Lindsay Genevieve Fiore, Costume Design by Chelsea Curl, Lighting Design by Steve Shack, Sound design by Elizabeth Cahill. Hair and wig design by Peter Mill. The Seagull, Harlequin Players Theater. Scenic design by Nikolai Samoyev. Costume design by Nastya Bagageva. Lighting design by Jeff Adelberg. The Stone, Harlequin Players Theater. Stage design by David R. Gammons. Costume design by Natasha Bagageva. Lighting design by Jeff Adelberg. Video design by Vladimir Gusev. Viet Gong, Company One Theater. Scenic and production design by Ismar Iqbal. Costume design by Deborah Kim Sivany. Lighting design by Jennifer Folk. Sound design by Aubrey Dubois. Properties by Kelly Smith. The Strange Undoing of Prudencia Hart, Apollinaire Theater Company. Set and lighting design by Danielle Fautou-Jacques. Costume design by Elizabeth Rocha. And sound design by David Reifel. And the Elliot Norton Award for Outstanding Design by a Small or Fringe Theater goes to The Seagull, Harlequin Players Theater.
This year, one solo performance took us on a poetic journey to the darker side of island life. This year's Elliot Norton Award for Outstanding Solo Performance goes to Billy Malidi, The Smuggler, Boston Playwrights Theater.
Our next category is Outstanding New Script, and the nominees are The Purists by Dan McCabe, Huntington Theater Company. Moby Dick by Dave Malloy, American Repertory Theater. Wolf Play by Hansel Young, Company One Theater. The Ebonic Woman by Ryan Landry and the Gold Dust Orphans. And Detroit Red by Will Power, Arts Emerson. The Elliot Norton Award goes to Will Power for Detroit Red, Arts Emerson.
To honor the final bow of Sheer Madness, which opened in the Charles Playhouse in 1980, the Boston Theater Critics Association recognizes the impact this show has had on our theater community with a special citation. This citation reads, "For 40 years, and who even knows how many performances, this comic whodunit entertained audiences while employing hundreds of local actors, providing on-the-job training in the fine art of comic timing."
The next category is Outstanding Actor Large Theater, and the nominees are Will LeBeau, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, Huntington Theater Company. Morocco Omari, The Purists, Huntington Theater Company. Eric Berriman, Detroit Red, Arts Emerson. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Eric Berriman, Detroit Red, Arts Emerson.
The next category is Outstanding Actor at a Mid-Sized Theater, which is being given in memory of Gabriel Kuttner. And here to say a few words about Gabriel is Elliot Norton Award-winning actress Adrienne Kristansky.
Over the past couple of years, I was lucky enough to be part of a group of folks Gabriel assembled to work on Harold Pinter's Old Times. There are so many words to describe our singular Gabriel. Although for him, it was always about the group, the ensemble, and the audience. Gabriel was a core member of the Actors Shakespeare Project, and he also appeared at New Repertory Theater in his award-winning one-man show, Fully Committed, which should probably be the title of his biography. He also appeared in many local theaters, Boston Playwrights, Gloucester Stage, Lyric Stage Company, among others. He was a producer and a director, most notably of Shitface Shakespeare, and a founding member of the Elliot Norton Award-winning Orfeo Group, which he won one of 3 Ernie Awards for his performance as Bean in Love Song. His heart's core, his greatest joy was his family, his son, Alex, his daughter, Lula, and his wonderful wife, Lori Taylor. To close, I'd like to share a few words from Robert Croft and Stacy Fisher, who helmed the Harbor Stage Company. Bob directed Gabe in one of his favorite theater experiences, The Weir. He says, all you really want as an actor and a human is to look at the person you're with and have them there, utterly with you. That was Gabriel. He made you feel accompanied. May this award carry Gabriel's enormous heart and boundless joy. Thank you so much.
The nominees for Outstanding Actor at a Mid-Sized Theater are Nathan Mallon for Admissions, Speakeasy Stage Company, Kadaj Bennett for Passover, Speakeasy Stage Company and the Front Porch Arts Collective, Bobby Cias for Pipeline, the Nora at Central Square Theater with Wham Theater, Brandon Green, Black Odyssey Boston, Underground Railway at Central Square Theater and Front Porch Arts Collective, and Albert Park for Cambodian rock band Merrimack Repertory Theater. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Kadaj Bennett for Passover.
In the category Outstanding Actor, Small or Fringe Theater, the nominees are Nail Nasser, The Return, Israeli Stage; Brooks Reeves, The Strange Undoing of Prudencia Hart, Apollinaire Theater Company; Alexander Pabutsky, Her, Apollinaire Theater Company; Seamus G. Doyle, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, Apollinaire Theater Company; Min 9 Day, Wolf Play, Company One Theater. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Nail Nasser, The Return, Israeli Stage.
I'm Carolyn Clay. I'd like to say a few words about this year's winner of the Elliot Norton Prize for Sustained Excellence, beginning on a personal note. I became acutely aware of Johnny Lee Davenport 25 years ago when I took two 15-year-old girls to see him play Othello at Shakespeare and Company in Lenox. I know it was 25 years ago because those 15-year-olds are now 40. Well, those girls thought he was just the handsomest thing they had ever seen. They hyperventilated about him all the way home, from which I learned a useful equation. Good-looking guy plus sonorous pipes minus shirt equals Shakespeare appreciation. We regular frequenters at Shakespeare and Company were treated to Davenport's strengths early on, not to mention to his astonishing versatility. In a single season, he was a grizzled yet still powerful Gloucester in King Lear, and as the assistant villain in Much Ado About Nothing, proved the adage that if you're a large enough actor, there are no such things as small parts. Of course, 16 seasons at Shakespeare and Company fit right in with Davenport's most impassioned goal: to apply his considerable presence and lustrous voice to everything the bard ever wrote. He came close, portraying over 60 roles in 29 of the plays. Shakespeare brought the Chicago-based actor to Boston, where he played Claudius in the 2006 Actor Shakespeare Project production of Hamlet, balancing bombast with pianissimo. There were more classic performances in Anna Christie at the Lyric, Pericles and Love's Labour's Lost with Actor Shakespeare Project, A Midsummer Night's Dream on Boston Common. Then there was the cutting-edge contemporary fare, again enhanced by his resonating larynx and keen understanding of the human heart. Davenport won an Elliot Norton Award for his poignant turn as the ailing bulwark of an African-American clan in Brokeology at the Lyric Stage Company of Boston. He was also nominated for A House with No Walls at New Repertory Theater and for Love's Labour's Lost with Actors Shakespeare Project. Particularly memorable for me, though, was his searing turn in Master Harold and the Boys at Gloucester Stage. As tea room staffer and surrogate father Sam, the actor found the droll humor in the character's feigned subservience before the man was pushed galvanically beyond endurance. Then last year, he got to play God. in Underground Railway at Central Square Theater and the Front Porch Arts Collective's Black Odyssey Boston. And what a robust Afrocentric deity he was, bestriding the heavens as great granddaddy Deuce, then tricycling around the playing space as blind antic Tiresias. There won't be any more such performances. Johnny Lee Davenport died in February. But to paraphrase Casablanca, we'll always have that tempest in a tea room. We'll always have that funky Olympus. It is an honor to present the 2020 Elliot Norton Prize for Sustained Excellence posthumously to the elegant, irrepressible Johnny Lee Davenport. And now, a performance from the Elliot Norton Award-nominated musical Sunset Boulevard at North Shore Music Theater.
No words can tell the stories my eyes tell. Watch me when I frown. You can't write that down. You know I'm right. It's there in black and white. When I look your way, you'll hear what I say.
Today, she's half forgotten. But it's the pictures that got small. She is the greatest star of all.
Sunset Boulevard, Lethal Boulevard. Everyone's forgotten where they started. Here on Sunset Boulevard.
I'm staying for good. I'll be back where I was born to be. With one look, I'll be
The nominees for Outstanding Actress, Small or Fringe Theater are Daria Denisova, The Stone, Arlequin Players Theater; Anne Gottlieb, The Seagull, Arlequin Players Theater; Lily Kaufman, Cry It Out, Apollinaire Theater Company; Becca A. Lewis, The Strange Undoing of Prudencia Hart, Apollinaire Theater Company; and Felania Mia, The Return, Israeli Stage. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Daria Denisova, The Stone, Arlequin Players Theater.
The nominees for Outstanding Actress, Mid-Size Theater are Cheryl McMahon, Admissions, Speakeasy Stage Company; Paula Plum, The Children, Speakeasy Stage Company; Irion Roach, Schoolgirls or the African Mean Girls Play, Speakeasy Stage Company; Karen McDonald, The Children, Speakeasy Stage Company; Deborah Wise, Vanity Fair, Underground Railway at Central Square Theater. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Paula Plum, The Children, Speakeasy Stage Company.
Our next category is Outstanding Actress Large Theater. Annalisa Velez, The Purist, Huntington Theater Company; Izzy Steele, The Purist, Huntington Theater Company; Nora Eschenheimer, Cymbeline, Commonwealth Shakespeare Company; Jennifer Regan, Sweat, Huntington Theater Company; Tyler Abercrombie, Sweat, Huntington Theater Company. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Annalisa Velez, The Purist, Huntington Theater Company.
Up next is Outstanding Musical Performance by an Actor. And the nominees are Aaron Patterson for Parade, Moonbox Productions, Nicholas Rodriguez for Sunset Boulevard at North Shore Music Theater, Rashed Al-Nuaimi, Oliver, New Repertory Theater, Tom Nellis for Moby Dick at American Repertory Theater, and Peter Mill for the Rocky Horror Show, Moonbox Productions. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Aaron Patterson, Parade.
The nominees for Outstanding Musical Performance by an Actress are Yewande Odutoyinbo, Caroline or Change, Moonbox Productions, Alice Ripley, Sunset Boulevard, North Shore Music Theater, Katrina Z. Paveo, Little Shop of Horrors, Lyric Stage Company of Boston, and Haley K. Clay, Parade, Moonbox Productions. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Katrina Z. Paveo, Lyric Stage Company of Boston, Little Shop of Horrors. And now, a performance by Carl Sue and Sam Hamashima of the song Poems from the Elliot Norton Award-nominated production of Pacific Overtures by Lyric Stage Company of Boston.
Haze glittering like an echo of the lamps in the streets of Boston. Your turn.
Moon, I love her like the moon, making jewels of the grass where my lady walks, my lady wife.
Moon, I love her like the moon, washing yesterday away as my lady does. America, your turn.
Wind, murmuring, is she murmuring for me through her field of dreams? Your turn.
Wind, muttering, is she quarreling with me? Does she want me home? Your turn.
I am no nightingale, but she hears the song I can sing to her, my lady wife.
I am no nightingale, but my song of her could outsing the sea, America.
Dawn, flickering, tracing shadows of the pines, saw my lady sleeping. Your turn.
Dawn, brightening as she opens up her eyes, but it's I who come awake. Your turn. You go. Your turn.
The next category is Outstanding Production, Small or Fringe Company, and the nominees are The Return, Israeli Stage, The Stone, Arlequin Players Theater, The Ebonic Woman, Gold Dust Orphans, The Seagull, Arlequin Players Theater, The Strange Undoing of Prudencia Hart, Apollinaire Theater Company, and the Elliot Norton Award goes to The Stone, Arlequin Players Theater.
The nominees for Outstanding Production by a Mid-Sized Theater are Passover, Speakeasy Stage Company and the Front Porch Arts Collective, The Children, Speakeasy Stage Company, Cloud 9, The Nora at Central Square Theater, Cambodian Rock Band, Merrimack Repertory Theater, and Vanity Fair, Underground Railway at Central Square Theater. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Cloud 9, The Nora at Central Square Theater.
The nominees for Outstanding Production Large Theater are The Purists, Huntington Theater Company, Sweat, Huntington Theater Company, Detroit Red, Arts Emerson, And the Elliot Norton Award goes to The Purists, Huntington Theater Company.
The next category is Outstanding Ensemble Small or Fringe Theater. And the nominees are The Ebonic Woman, Gold Dust Orphans, Parade, Moonbox Productions, The Seagull, Arlequin Players Theater, The Strange Undoing of Prudencia Hart, Apollinaire Theater Company, The Stone, Arlequin Players Theater, and the Elliot Norton Award goes to The Strange Undoing of Prudencia Hart, Apollinaire Theater Company.
The Elliot Norton Award for Outstanding Ensemble Mid-Sized Theater is given in memory of Margarita Dumaris Martinez. Here to say a few words in memory of Margarita is Alex Samoyas.
I met Margarita during Peter and the Starcatcher up over at Lyric Stage. I had seen her before in City of Angels. Her characters were always so striking, so strong and expressive. We used to sit in the wings together, staring up at the ceiling, telling each other stories. She was so incredibly present when you spoke with her. Nothing else was important. You had her full and undivided attention. She was so incredibly generous, both on and off the stage. Always so committed and present and humble. An ideal scene partner. During a particularly difficult phase of her treatment, she was in bed a lot, and one day Donatella, her dog, ran into the room and Jeff followed, and she looked up at him and said, "I am so lucky." She really knew what was important. We are the lucky ones that got to know her and work with her, and she'll always be a part of our Boston Theater Ensemble.
The nominees for the Elliot Norton Award for Outstanding Ensemble Mid-Sized Theater are Schoolgirls, or the African Mean Girls play at Speakeasy Stage Company, Cloud 9, the Nora at Central Square Theater, Choir Boy, Speakeasy Stage Company, Black Odyssey Boston, Underground Railway at Central Square Theater and the Front Porch Arts Collective, Pipeline, the Nora at Central Square Theater and Wham Theater. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Black Odyssey Boston by Underground Railway at Central Square Theater and the Front Porch Arts Collective.
The nominees for Outstanding Ensemble Large Theater are Moby Dick, American Repertory Theater, The Purist, Huntington Theater Company, Sweat, Huntington Theater Company, Kyoto Nuevo, Huntington Theater Company, Sunset Boulevard, North Shore Music Theater. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Sweat, Huntington Theater Company. Now a performance from the final nominee for Outstanding Musical Production, Parade, from Moonbox Productions.
I go to fight for these hills that remind me of a way of life that's pure, for the truth that will endure in the city of Atlanta, in the old red hills.
Our final category is Outstanding Musical Production, and the nominees are Parade, Moonbox Productions, Moby Dick, American Repertory Theater, Sunset Boulevard, North Shore Music Theater, Caroline or Change, Moonbox Productions, The Pacific Overtures, Lyric Stage Company of Boston. And the Elliot Norton Award goes to Parade, Moonbox Productions.
We have one more award to give out tonight. The Boston Theater Critics Association is donating $2,500 to the Theater Community Benevolent Fund. This is a volunteer organization that has been helping artists in crisis for over 20 years. In times of peril, extreme illness, unemployment, catastrophic natural disasters, any of it, all of it, this is the time. TCBF has been a life preserver for theater folks who are often treading water in the very best of times. So we just want to say thank you, TCBF, for all that you have done for theater artists who are certainly among the hardest hit in this unfathomably difficult and surreal time. So, a toast. Congratulations to this brilliant theater community. We love you. We have so much respect for you, and we're going to email all of your awards. We're also looking for your acceptance speeches, so please send them in to us. Videos, statements, we'll post them anywhere and everywhere. To all of you, we will see you in the new normal, wherever, whenever. We will find you, and we will be there for you. Cheers to your health.
Cheers.
Cheers.
They say to socially distance ourselves and keep 6 feet away.
You cry, days to fill as you Netflix and chill.
With yourself stuck inside, but don't pout. Remember that Shakespeare wrote, all the world is a stage, but you cannot go out. Remember that even the globe had to close for the plague. We'll be back, we're not done. Maybe June or 2021.
We'll be back, you hadn't seen the last of the Boston theater scene.
Curtains arise, curtains fall. This is not our final curtain call. After night comes the dawn.
You can bet your wicked Boston accent that the show will still go on. Da 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 da. You say the theater's dark and the spark is gone,
but you can't get live theater from Amazon. No, 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 no. So no, don't close the curtain, 'cause we'll be back, that's certain. The future looks uncertain,
but we still need diversions. Forever and ever.
Forever and ever and ever.
We'll be back to dance and sing the reverse of social distancing.
What would that be? Social close that comes free with every single show.
Musicals, tragedies,
comic breaks from harsh realities. And so when
COVID's gone, we'll be right here to remind you
that the show will still go on. Da 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 da.
will never forget how Johnny Lee Davenport made me feel welcome, and that he wanted me to succeed, that I could succeed, and that he was in my corner no matter what.
My favorite memory of working with Johnny Lee was the first time he called me little sister, because he immediately felt like family.
Man, he was just hilarious. I was in Booty Candy with him. He was a delight to have in the rehearsal room all the time, every single day. And I think that Jackie Davis and I used to peek around the curtain every night to watch his pastor scene.
Smile, his eyes, his presence, his professionalism, his caring, his stature, his magic.
My favorite Johnny Lee performance was seeing him as Claudius in Actor Shakespeare Project's Hamlet. I'd never seen someone so captivating who could just set a stage on fire like that.
Davenport was the first black actor I saw on the Boston stage. And I remember to this day what it was like to witness the sheer power of his voice and the raw humanity that he shared with us that evening.
Johnny Lee Davenport taught me how to stand and command attention and to take up space. And I would be honored to even be mentioned in the same sentence as that man. I love him, I miss him, I had the pleasure of seeing him before he left us, and I will remember it always.
Johnny Lee left his resonant voice and soul in my heart.
Johnny Lee just shone his light everywhere. I miss you, Johnny Lee. I love you.
My first time working with Johnny Lee, I was so nervous. And Johnny Lee pulled me aside and reminded me that he believed so deeply in the play, so deeply in the vision for the play, and that I needed to believe as deeply.
The best thing I ever learned from Johnny Lee Davenport was how to get a standing ovation each and every time you step on stage. It was a little secret he shared with the cast of Black Odyssey Boston, and it's so good I don't want to share it with you.
And I keep hearing him in my head as Tiresias in Black Odyssey when he said, "And remember, all of this was made to make you." And it was, and we love you.
One thing Johnny Lee taught me is to show up for family.
Week of Black Odyssey Boston, he said to us, on the verge of tears, but still in his godlike, thunderous voice, that the future of the American theater was in good hands.
All of his performances, we couldn't help but just believe in his investment.
The very first time we met, at the first rehearsal of Much Ado About Nothing, he came in and he sat down next to me and said, "Hey, I heard we were going to be playing together, and I was just in a store across the street, and I saw this, and I had to get it for you." And he gave me this.
He brought the excitement of opening night into every performance, and he found something new to give and ways to keep us all fresh and engaged.
My favorite moment was when I was teaching an adult Shakespeare class and Johnny Lee came to be a guest teacher, and there I had the opportunity to introduce him to a phenomenal teacher of young minds in her own right, and her name is Kelly Cook.
And in life, I would say his best role was that of husband, father, grandpa, brother, and now guardian angel.
Johnny was mad fun to be with on stage. So generous, unpredictable, funny.
Johnny Lee Davenport, 19 years ago at the Shakespeare Theater in Washington, D.C., where we performed in the Oedipus plays, starring Avery Brooks.
How to hold a good thought, but he also reminded me of how essential it is to, as a black artist, hold my head up.
Johnny Lee was a majestic actor, an artist of high integrity, a researcher of human complexity, a channeler of pain and grandeur.
My favorite memory of working with Johnny Lee is being backstage with him at CSC and helping him update his Facebook status as he told me about his experiences in the Boston theater scene. His stories were very inspiring to me, and I'm grateful to have known him and worked with him.
Johnny Lee, for all you've done, not only in the community of Boston, the other communities you touched, and for how you touched me with the way you led your career. because you certainly provided an example and a path for how to do it.
Okay, you can go now.